In an 11-hour breakthrough that may have saved the North America Free Trade Agreement, the Trump administration and top Canadian officials came to terms late Sunday on a deal. This opening the way for the United States, Canada, and Mexico to sign a renewed trade pact at the end of November. And the agreement still needs to be ratified by the legislatures in all three countries, which won't happen until next year at the earliest. But in striking an accord with Canada after settling with Mexico in late August, negotiators hit a crucial U.S. imposed Sunday midnight deadline that otherwise could have pushed President Trump toward a breakup of the trilateral accord. So the US-Canada deal came after furious negotiation in recent days and repeated threat from Trump and his chief negotiator Robert Lighthizer that the administration was prepared to leave Canada behind. The agreement marked a milestone in Trump's effort to rewrite the United States' most consequential free trade pact, which he promised to overhaul or tear up, and it may have softened criticism over his overbearing negotiation style and heavy use of tariff, as the administration can now lay claim that it successfully completed a revamping of a major trade agreement. Lighthizer, the U.S. trade representatives, however, did not succeed in winning concessions in some important area that he had thought. While Canada gave ground in opening up its protected dairy market, Ottawa fended off another top U.S. priority to eliminate an existing NAFTA dispute resolution mechanism that has already Canada to challenge U.S. anti-dumping duties in lumber and other goods. There also was no substantive change in government procurement rules, despite the U.S. bid to rewrite Buy America rules. Negotiators spent a considerable amount of time on auto rule. NAFTA required that 62.5% of the content of car is produced in North America to qualify for tariff-free trade. Lighthizer initially sought to raise that threshold to 80% and establish a new requirement that 50% of the auto content be sourced in the United States for zero tariff treatment. Those moves were intended to curb offshore to Mexico and increase auto investment and production in the United States. In the end, the parties settled in raising the North American rule of origin for auto to 75%, and they agreed to a noble claim that 40 to 45% of the content of car must be produced by workers making at least 16 an hour, which Trump officials hope will shift more productions and job to the US. So we will see how they're gonna be able to enforce this. So the idea that 40 to 45% of content of car must be produced by worker making at least 16 an hour. So, but businessmen think that there will always be outsourcing because it's about money. Company owner, producer, they always try to find the best deal. So it's gonna be tough, to eliminate the outsourcing. So the idea is they are trying to fight, the fact that so many companies here are outsourcing their goods, the part of their product in Mexico, where the cost of labor is less than US. But we will see how they're gonna enforce this requirement. Okay, so lawmaker and other group also said it was too early to estimate the potential gain for the deal for American workers and companies. The White House previously had released publicly only a few pages summarizing some of the change. People familiar with the substance of the accord that was struck with Mexico, most of which Canada earlier also had negotiated, has said some important details have yet to be hammered out. Late Sunday, Trump administration officially were briefing key members of the Congress, and a full text was expected to be posted before midnight. Trade officials for the three countries have been at it for more than a year, Earlier this summer, Latizer took a different track by negotiating separately with Mexico and ultimately forging a bilateral agreement, putting pressure on Ottawa to join or face the possibility of being left out. Just before Labor Day, Trump sent a notice to Congress of his intention to sign a new trade pact solely with Mexico. So, since there was a trilateral agreement now, since there is right now a trilateral agreement, so people are asking, will the tariff on steel, aluminium be lifted from Mexico and Canada? Officials said Sunday there were no change as yet on the status of those tariffs. So ultimately, we think they're gonna have to lift those barriers. So that's the way for we are right now for the New Deal. Meanwhile, we need to understand this is no more NAFTA. They call it USMCA. So they didn't call it Trump trilateral deal. So it's a USMCA. So this new deal is not NAFTA. It's USMCA. So, but what we need to understand that from that, so many companies, were expecting these agreement because it's gonna help both countries. So that was a good step for some company and for the economy. But the idea, like we said, we are still waiting for detail to see, if really there is, some what the country gonna get from this new trade. And one other point is some criteria they might not be able to enforce them, especially the one that asks for like 40 to 45% of the content, be produced by employee that earn like $16 an hour. So that's some key point that might be difficult to enforce regarding this new trilateral deal. Okay, so stay tuned, stay connected to Filing Doc. We're bringing you update on what's going on in the country and over the world. Take care.